new warnings about the Benadryl challenge on TikTok after the death of a 13-year-old in Ohio.
We sat at a table of 4 chairs. We sit now at 3.
Cheers. It's a scary new trend.
I'm going to do everything I can to try to make sure another child doesn't go through.
College kids are partying with gallon-sized jugs that they call a Borg. Too many of them are winding up in the ER.
How many likes is your life worth? It seems like an outrageous question, but to those attempting to go viral on TikTok, it is one that has sadly been answered to many times, and each time the answer is never enough. From ingesting deadly amounts of chemicals to purposely cutting off your oxygen supply, there is no limit to what lethal challenges are advertised online as ways to gain notoriety and attention. Today we will explore the darkest side of TikTok and its most dangerous trends. The trends that, when they die, take the lives of others too. But before we get into these terrifying trends, today's comment shout out, and that goes to Cheshire Cat 1986. If you guys want to win a comment shout out in the next video, make sure to leave a comment down below saying I licked the bell button, and I'll pick one of you for a shout out in the next video. Dry scooping.
It's billed as something to help you get the most out of your workouts, but some people are consuming energy powder without mixing it with water, which Lisa Guerrero reports can be dangerous.
Cheers. It's a scary new trend.
Cheers, boys.
Watch as this gym rat downs an entire scoop of a powdery substance. Next comes the workout.
Come on!
The alarming trend is called the Dry Scoop Challenge.
Pre-workout is a common choice for gym goers looking to get their pump on. But what happens when a TikTok challenge causes this same supplement to make your heart stop pumping altogether? Taking pre-workout powder without any liquids can compare to the cinnamon challenge, which left a little boy in a coma. And there's more than just one example here, as doctors warn against TikTok dry scooping challenge, even though we've all done it before with the cinnamon challenge. But this influencer had a heart attack, as this article reads this.
The bottom line, pre-workout supplements can contain caffeine and other ingredients which can be poisonous when taken in large amounts. Dry scooping, or consumption of undiluted pre-workout powder, can be life-threatening. The full story. Pre-workout supplements are marketed as products that can improve exercise performance. Their use has increased in popularity in recent years. These supplements often contain multiple ingredients, including caffeine, amino acids, and beta-alanine. Many pre-workout supplements are sold in powder formulations. The recommendations for use include instructions to mix a certain amount, generally a scoop, of powder with water for consumption 30 to 60 minutes prior to engaging in exercise activities. Recently, a new trend called dry scooping has emerged on the social media platform TikTok. Dry scooping involves eating pre-workout supplement powder directly from its container, without mixing it in water. Fans of dry scooping believe that it increases the effects of the supplement, but some users have experienced significant unwanted effects, including heart problems, trouble breathing, and choking after using the product in this manner. The reasons for this are simple. The ingredients in pre-workout supplements can be dangerous and cause toxicity, especially when used in ways not recommended by the manufacturer. Swallowing a large amount of powder can result in choking and breathing difficulties. Also, consuming a full scoop of pre-workout powder without diluting it in water first results in the delivery of a large dose of the ingredients all at once. Caffeine is a common ingredient in these supplements. When used in excess or consumed too rapidly, caffeine can cause anxiety, rapid heart rate, chest pain, heart problems, dizziness, and tremors. Some pre-workout products contain high doses of caffeine, 2 to 3 times the amount of caffeine in a cup of coffee, as well as other similarly energizing ingredients. This can result in significant toxicity when the powder is consumed without diluting it first. People who have underlying health conditions, including heart or lung disease, are especially at risk for developing these undesirable effects after dry scooping. Finally, remember that pre-workout supplements are poorly regulated in the United States and may contain toxic ingredients that are not on the label. Since the exact composition of these products may be unclear, it is possible that the toxicity of some of the unknown ingredients can be worsened by dry scooping.
Benadryl challenge.
A family out in Ohio now sounding the alarms in hopes of saving lives after a teenager died while trying to complete a challenge on TikTok, taking large amounts of Benadryl. Well, now his family wants to change the law.
This morning, new warnings about the Benadryl challenge on TikTok after the death of a 13-year-old in Ohio.
Everyone suffers from an allergic reaction from time to time, and an antihistamine helps stop the reaction in its tracks. But for those looking to cause reactions online, this medication has ended up causing more more suffering than an allergic reaction ever could.
I'm going to do everything I can to try to make sure another child doesn't go through.
As this challenge reads, Benadryl challenge, taking the allergy medication in high doses in order to get high and hallucinate, which no medication or anything like that should ever be taken in high doses. There's a reason why at the back of the bottle it normally has how much you should take, as this other article reads on the challenge, in which 3 kids were hospitalized and a 15-year-old girl died from this challenge.
Hospitalizations of at least 3 young people in Fort Worth, Texas in May, KFOR reports. Unfortunately, the dozen or so doses required to induce hallucination can also cause something potentially life-threatening, according to Scott Schaefer, director of the Oklahoma Center for Poison and Drug Information. Large amounts of Benadryl can cause seizures and, particularly, problems with the heart. The heart tends to go out of rhythm and not pump blood effectively, he added. Fortunately, educators are helping parents raise awareness about the dangers of these impromptu psychedelic sessions, according to Schaefer. In addition, Johnson & Johnson claims it's working with TikTok to implement the removal of content across social platforms that showcase this behavior.
Dragon's Breath Challenge.
Watch as smoke comes out of their mouths and noses. They're eating a tasty but controversial new frozen treat known as Dragon's Breath. It's everywhere on YouTube, and it's popular at malls and stores. It consists of cheese puffs or cereal that's instantly frozen in liquid nitrogen. Then you grab a skewer, put it in a dipping sauce, and eat. Once you pop it into your mouth, out comes the smoke. That's why it's called Dragon's Breath. But is it safe?
Dragons are fantastical creatures that are embedded in mythology all around the world. It's hard not to be fantasized with these fire-breathing beasts and their powerful abilities. But as we all know, a dragon's fury breath can burn. And this next TikTok challenge shows just how bad those burns can be.
In my mouth and did that, and there was blood on my hands.
Eating candy coated in liquid nitrogen for the smoke effect. Super dangerous to touch or ingest. Dry ice resulted in lots of hospitalizations, as this article reads.
The food trend on Dragon's Breath has been around for years, but has recently resurfaced after a number of children in Indonesia were recently injured after eating liquid nitrogen-covered candies, and many more were even hospitalized. The FDA has become aware of severe, and in some cases, life-threatening injuries, such as damage to the skin and internal organs caused by liquid nitrogen still present in the food or drink. The FDA wrote, there has also been a report of difficulty breathing after inhaling the vapor released by liquid nitrogen when added immediately before consumption. Injuries have occurred from handling or eating products prepared by adding liquid nitrogen immediately before consumption, even after the liquid nitrogen has fully evaporated due to the extremely low temperature of the food.
Borg Challenge.
It's the latest drinking craze.
Pirates Borg for me!
College kids are partying with gallon-sized jugs that they call a Borg. Borg stands for Blackout Rage Gallon.
My name is Captain Borg and I Borg.
And too many of them are winding up in the ER. Last weekend, 46 students at the University of Massachusetts at Amherst were hospitalized during a pre-St. Patrick's Day Borg challenge.
Just in Borg, man.
Everyone hates waking up the next day after a night out with a nasty hangover. We've all heard of the tricks passed around to try and stop them from happening, but trust me when I say a hangover is nothing compared to the dangerous effects of this next challenge. Borg, otherwise known as Blackout Rage Gallon Challenge.
You know, a recipe for disaster if you're drinking a lot of alcohol in large volumes over a quick period of time.
Challenge, drinking a gallon-sized jug filled with vodka, water, sweeteners, electrolytes, and caffeine supplements. This challenge right here resulted in 46 hospitalizations at a university, as this report reads this.
A new viral TikTok drinking challenge dubbed Blackout Rage Gallons, or Borg for short, led to the hospitalization of 46 University of Massachusetts students in Boston, CBS News reported. Borgs are 1-gallon containers of water that are emptied a bit and then filled with alcohol and some kind of flavoring, such as water-enhancing drops or powdered drink mixes, according to CBS. Caffeine is sometimes added as well. A statement from the university said, many students were observed carrying plastic gallon containers, believed to be Borgs, and that this is the first time the university has observed notable use of Borgs. All University of Massachusetts students were discharged with non-life-threatening conditions. The trend was previously reported in February at the University of Dayton in Ohio, though no known hospitalizations were associated with it there at the time, according to WHIO News. Physicians Physicians at an Ohio hospital told WHIO if the drinking trend continues, they will not be surprised when students start showing up at the emergency room. A tutorial on how to make Borg was posted by a University of Texas, Austin student, calling it a heart attack in a jug. Some comments on the video praise the drink, calling the jug mixture next level because it's meant to be carried in a capped gallon container, which could help prevent it from being spiked with date drugs. According to CBS News, #Borg currently has upward of 82.5 million views on TikTok.
Blackout challenge.
It's a GMA parenting alert. A Wisconsin family speaking out about losing their 9-year-old after they say she participated in the so-called Blackout challenge on TikTok.
This last challenge has a shockingly high death toll, and any lingering videos promoting it need to be blacked out of existence so we can stop the number of victims from increasing anymore.
We sat at a table of 4 chairs. We sit now at 3.
This challenge is so bad, in fact, that it has actually resulted in at least 20 deaths of children 12 and under. As this article down here reads this.
TikTok's viral challenges keep luring young kids to their deaths. Children are dying from the Blackout challenge. Why isn't the world's most popular app doing more to protect them? Sissies tangled. The 5-year-old boy's panic cries echoed down the hallway of the Arroyos' 3-bedroom clapboard house in Milwaukee. It was February 2021, and he'd been playing with his 9-year-old sister, Ariani, before bedtime. Their mother was at a Bible study class, and their father was in his basement workshop, out of earshot. The boy had watched Ariani climb atop a toy chest.
To which this next bit, I generally can't say exactly what happened on a YouTube video. Otherwise, I would have this video age restricted and probably taken off of YouTube altogether. But with the challenge's name, you could probably use your imagination on what happened in this tragic story. But let's at least read on the aftermath of what happened.
The boy told his parents what had happened. They were playing a game, he said, like they saw on TikTok. The game had a name, the Blackout Challenge. Kids around the world were choking themselves with household items until they blacked out, filming the adrenaline rush they got regaining consciousness, and then posting the videos on social media. It's a modern incarnation of choking dares that have been around for decades. Only now, they're being delivered to children by powerful social media algorithms and reaching those too young to fully grasp the risk. There was no press coverage of Ariani's death, and TikTok didn't learn about it for months. But the company was aware that kids not old enough to have profiles on its app were dying doing the Blackout Challenge. In the weeks before, TikTok's trust and safety team, which works to protect users and defend the company's reputation, had begun investigating a similar incident in Palermo, Sicily. Antonella's parents told local media that she died playing an extreme game on TikTok. The Palermo prosecutor's office opened an investigation, and Italy's privacy watchdog ordered the social network to remove any user in the country whose age it couldn't verify as being over 13, alleging that it was failing to abide by its own rule to keep preteens off the app.
TikTok is honestly supposed to be an app that is meant for 13-plus-year-olds, but it is incredibly easy for anyone to get access to this and see these fun and exciting trends and want to take part in themselves. I, myself, have definitely been enticed as well when I was a younger age during challenges like the Cinnamon Challenge. You see how fun and exciting they are on the videos that get posted, but then I guess it's the videos that don't get posted are the ones you should really look out for. I think unfortunately this is always going to be a problem with people trying to get views on the internet, and some people honestly taking that leap to try and attain that any means necessary. It's just sad to say that every single one of these cases could have easily been preventable. And in my opinion, TikTok is just a terrible app that promotes this type of stuff, in which the algorithm really goes out of its way. When a trend like one of these ones is doing well, it will push that so much, enticing more kids to try the challenges themselves. I'm generally curious to hear what you guys have to say about this, your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below, but this is overall just a very sad thing that has happened. If you guys could please make sure to leave a like and a comment and share this video around. Hopefully it can be seen by people thinking about doing some of these challenges in the future that hopefully will then have a second thought on doing something like this just for views. Views of any kind are definitely not worth your life, especially when these trends die eventually anyway, and you don't have to.